Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 1 of the Esports Simulation League Xfinity series presented by Black Magic Designs. We're here for 100 laps at Daytona International Speedway, and starting on the pole is the number 222 of CJ Slava. David Wilson in that number 39 machine starting outside pole. Starting to inside row number 2 in the number 39 machine. That is the number 30 machine, which is Will Bustler. And his outside, starting in 4th, is the number 77 machine. And that is Tom Krieg in the number 77. Starting in 5th, the number 49 machine, which is GC Spencer. And to his outside is the number 61 of Josh Mayu. Starting to the inside row number 5 in the number 73 machine. Oh, sorry, in the number 114 machine. That is Crash James. Crash James in the number 114. In the 16, that's Ace Fennec. Starting to the outside, row number 4. We are getting ready to go green flag racing here. You can see the rest of your field. Pace car is getting ready to duck on off onto the pit road. And the field will be in the hands of CJ Slava as the pace car pulls down. Green flag is in the air. And we are racing for the first time in the ESL Xfinity Series. Going to take these guys a full lap to get up to speed. Looks like we already got someone going 3 wide towards the front. A little risky move all of a sudden. Looks like that number 16 machine of Ace Fennec is on the outside of that 3 wide. And as more and more comes in. Oh, and we're already wrecking. Can he hold on to it? No, and we've got a big wreck down in turn number 1. Ace Fennec gets into it. We'll have to go back and watch and see what happened. It looked like it started on the bottom line. One car got sent into the infield and back up into the field. And our first caution is going to come out with only not even 1 lap complete quite yet. No caution is on the speedway, actually. Everybody kept it straight. Surprisingly, wow, that was pretty crazy. But it looks like David Wilson in that number 39 machine is going to take over the lead after the chaos on the start. And some cars in the back there have got a lot of work to do to catch up to this field. So we've got a battle for the lead as the number 77 machine of Tom Krieg pulls to the outside, but CJ Slava in that 222 is going to hold on to the inside line and give the draft to the number 39 machine. And he's going to lead another lap around here. We've got cars coming down the pit road that'll tell us who was in that accident and who got that damage there here in just a moment. Looks like Braden Goddard in the pits in that number 26 machine. Ace Fennec in pits. We've seen him up against the wall. Oh, and we are bumping and rubbing with that number 12 machine, totally off the pace. Then it's Tanner Hendricks almost getting loose there in turn number 2. Surprised to see some side-by-side racing here as the second pack has caught the front pack. The 222 is going to move to the outside, and he's not going to have any help until all of a sudden. Now we've got a caution flag on the field. Caution on the speedway. Not sure where that's at. But our first caution is going to come on lap number 4. With David Wilson leading the field. And here you see the caution cars just 4 wide across the front stretch. The 42 and the 00 get together. 42, Tyler Markle goes spinning down the front stretch. Looks like he hung on to that car most of the way. Let's see if the 6 gets into the back of him. 6 has got it locked up. And it looks like he doesn't get that much damage there, but we are going to get a caution flag for that 42 going around. See, the 6 of Winston Garcia's got a little bit of damage on that Chevrolet. As we are seeing another caution here at Daytona. We've seen the truck race a little bit earlier with a bunch of cautions in that one. And we will see what this Xfinity Series has to hold for their inaugural race here in the Esports Simulation League. But now, with that caution, it is going to bunch everybody back up after that catastrophe on the beginning, putting a bunch of cars way behind the leaders. So that'll give them a chance to catch back up and get them back into the race. Looks like Tom Krieg is in at 77, is running second place currently at the moment. It's a pretty looking paint scheme on that car. That 222 is running third with the 73 of Carl McDonald running fourth. And rounding out your top 5 is the number 10 of Matthew Leedy. Got a few cars coming down to pit road, having a little damage they want to try to fix here under caution. It looks about 5 cars coming down to the entry of pit road. Number 13 is in there, the 500 is in there, the 420 car of Rosca Santagria, and the number 26 machine of Christian Brown. He's out of pit road. And that is 28th place there. So we have quite a few cars already that have gotten into an incident. We have got 5 cars currently a lap down. Yogi Barr in the number 94, Winston Garcia in the number 6. The number 114 is 3 laps down. We got Braden Goddard in the number 38, and Ace Fennick are both 4 laps down in 35th and 36th place. David Wilson started on the outside pole and currently sitting in the lead. We are 5 laps complete out of our 100 laps here. So a long way to go. Definitely have a pit stop in here and a lot of racing left to go here. As I believe they will get the 1 to go signal as they come across the line. We should get them doubled back up for our first restart of the Xfinity Series here. And yes, there they do. They go double up. 1 more lap to green. Lights are off on the pace car, and we are ready to get this one going. Some cars here outside of the top 5 that we are going to be keeping our eyes on. That number 30 of Will Busser. He's running in 6th place. Cole Trickle is in that number 46 machine. He is running 7th on the inside, row number 4. Number 23 of Byron McDonald is to his outside with the number 49 of GC Spencer. And the number 187 of Mike Thorne rounding out your top 10. So keep an eye on these drivers. They are definitely not out of the contention for running in this one. But they will be looking to get 3 wide, getting up probably right going into turn 1 as we've seen last time. So any one of these guys could take the lead coming at the next lap. We are coming down the back straightaway, and we will be right back with your green flag. And as they come out of turn number 4, pace car is going to duck down to the safety of pit road. And we are going to go back green flag racing one more time as they all get on the gas. And David Wilson going to bring them down the dog leg and into turn number 1. Highline didn't get a very good start there, as the 222 then looks to move upside. Cole Trickle moves in behind him to give him some help on that upside lane. Already 3 wide. He rows back. That inside line looking to be the one to go. That number 10 machine has got himself up into position for second place there on the inside. And we are 3 wide, cars all over here at Daytona. And while we're on this start, we're going to give you the sights and sounds of the Esports Simulation League. Oh, and they are wrecking. No caution. Everybody keeps it straight. But we hit a green car, get almost turned completely sideways. That's going to slow everybody up as we go into turn number 3 here. You can see that bright green car there in the middle falling way back. He was definitely sideways. David Wilson's going to retain the lead, with Matthew Leedy behind him, giving him a nice push. And that is going to separate us out a little bit. No more 3 wide race, and now we're all side by side trying to get in line. As you see the number 21 machine check to the outside, but he has got no help behind him. That number 25 is going to go right on by on the inside. James Klein Jr. moving up into 3rd place in that number 25 machine. But now we're 3 wide going down the backstretch as Leedy gets pushed to the center with no help. And Klein's going to take that inside line behind Wilson. Shows how crucial this draft is. Everybody able to catch back up in the first half of this front pack. We have some cars down on power a little further back, but right now we have got some great racing up front. That number 20 machine, Colby Pierce, has moved his way up into 3rd place, and oh, the 6 is coming out of the pit road and slows up a bunch of cars. 187 gets stuck behind him. Going to open up the door for a few other drivers. 25 and the 41, along with Leedy in the 10, trying to work that outside, but with only 3 cars up there, I can't imagine that they are going to be much faster than this inside lane. And we do have another slow car coming in turns 1 and 2. We'll see when we catch them. Have to see what happens here. This front pack is moving. We got 9 cars here in this front pack. They are catching the 38. And the leader's going to get caught behind him. And we've got a new leader in that number 66 machine. Gregory Edwards takes the lead. But to his outside, here comes the 25 making a move. Make James Klein your new leader. Side by side into turn number 1. Klein and Leedy. Leedy with the momentum on the outside. Now we're starting to get a little more draft up in here. See, David Wilson got out from behind that lap car and is now on the outside in that 4th row. But it looks like lap cars are going to have a massive factor into what happens tonight. And look at the 25 past the 10 on the inside. What a move. Lee's going to drop back down to that inside lane when he has room. And that 25 machine of James Klein Jr. is going to lead this lap. Three wide racing as David Wilson looks to the outside. Some aggressive driving by that number 39 car. Looking to take up a few spots there on the outside. Might not do it for him. Got a couple cars stuck in the middle. But just not enough cars in this pack to give that outside line a good run. And they may be stuck up there for a little while. As the number 25 and the 10 car continue to push each other on that inside. This front pack is starting to catch itself back up. We're getting 2 and 3 wide racing coming up here in the next lap or two. These guys are really close to each other. But that number 25 has got no competition on the outside. That outside is just not working right now. See that number 36 machine of Kyoto Soto running up in 4th position at the moment. And Leedy jumps out in front of him on the outside to see if he can get a run. They're going to be side by side as they go through. Soto gets shuffled out to the outside lane, outside of Leedy. And we have a lap car. The 25 goes around, but the 420 car gets stuck behind the number 16 of Fennec. And that is going to slow up that bottom line. The 25 made an expert move, jump to the outside, jump back down, and he's going to stay your leader. But what a move by James Klein Jr. Move Kyoto Soto up to 2nd place in that number 36 machine, but he's going to get shuffled to the outside by that number 75 car. That's Rick Helms moving himself up in the picture. Running 4th place, you see Tanner Hendricks in the 12 trying to give Soto some help on the outside. And a caution flag is in the air. Caution number 2 at lap number 17. We will have to see what happened here. Number 61 gets hit on the right-hand side and gets sent up. Oh, and we've got a car on its lid. I believe that was the number 73 of Carl McDonald on his lid, but I am not 100% sure. I did not. That was pretty crazy. No, that was the 77 of Tom Krieg getting on his lid and going for a ride. Looks like the 23 machine of Byron McDonald was in it as well. A tough break for that number 77 machine. As we're under caution, it looks like we've got a lot of cars coming to pit road. And there it is, 2nd place and back coming to pit road right now. 18 laps in. Not sure exactly if this is a pit strategy or what is going on here. Could just be fuel and tires. But it seems everybody wanted to come to pit road, but our leader stayed out. The number 25 machine. Few cars stayed out behind him. Not sure if any of those are lap cars or not. Looks like the number 56 machine of Freddie Trammell Jr. stayed out, along with the number 80 machine of Christopher McFarland. Those two stayed out. The 411, that's Matt Moniak, he stayed out as well. So we did have a few drivers stay out this time, other than our lap drivers that we had happen early in the race. We now have only 22 drivers left on the lead lap. So ticking drivers down off the lead lap here could get interesting with only 22 left in there. We are getting the 1 to go signal. The lights are off on a pace car. We are going to go green flag next time by. Looks like the top 6 are the ones that stayed out on the racetrack. Which is interesting. Ace Fennick is 6 laps down, but lining up outside row number 3. So be interesting to see what happens here. Why he's up front. See if he drops back here once the field catches back up. It doesn't look like it. Looks like he's going to start out there. Maybe he got his... No, he's still 6 laps down. So, not sure what's going on there. But we know that that man right there is a driving fool today. The number 25, James Klein Jr., making some moves early in this race, avoiding lap cars and staying out front. Number 56 machine, Freddie Trammell Jr., going to start on his outside for this restart. This restart's going to put us 1/5 the way through the race, 20 laps in, 80 more to go. Pace car is going to dive off to the safety of pit road. Green flag's going to come out. We're back racing at Daytona. Not a great start for that second row, as the number 56 machine pulls down to the inside of the 25. He's going to try to get some help. You see how that draft has got to pick up as they go down the backstretch. More and more are going to clump in, and we are already 3 wide down the backstretch. That number 80 machine looking to take the lead on the outside. Number 80 machine making moves. we go down the back straightaway, we see the 00 of Alex Netrar moving his way into the picture, along with Mike Thorne in the 187. So a couple cars staying out and not pitting, making for a complete change of scenery here at the front of the pack. And a bunch of drivers there, 2 and 3 wide right behind him as they're bumping and pushing down the front straightaway, getting a little loose. Those top 3 are going hard. They are up and down around the racetrack. We got another lap car coming that could shuffle things up. See what happens. These guys are 3 wide. One of these lanes is going to get slowed up, and it's the bottom lane. Everybody checks up for the 49 machine. And even the middle lane, as the 80 and 25 just go right on by. Battling side by side. That's going to hurt them once these guys get past that lap car. Still battling side by side. That 80 better get in the line because he's got a freight train coming behind him. And they are much faster than these two. Field slows up a little bit when they catch, but you see the diving out of line to not have to slow down. The 80's falling back there on the outside. Gonna make it 4 wide as we come out of 4. They're touching. Really close call right there coming out of turn number 4. As we're still 3 and possibly 4 wide, now 3 wide, all throughout the pack. See the number 12 machine, Tanner Hendricks, trying to stick his nose out in front in that middle lane. Not going to be able to do it, as that bottom line has got such a push with Klein Jr. in front. He's going to fall back, and look, there's that number 49, the lap down machine, coming back from the bottom there, as the 187 of Mike Thorne is going to take the lead, give him that lap, with the number 80 Christopher McFarland right behind him as they cross the stripe. 1 car coming out of the pits, not going to be an issue for these guys. There he goes, looking to the inside. Not going to be able to do anything, as Klein's going to have to fall in line behind that 187. We're 4 wide racing back in the pack, and we're getting loose up in the front. Oh, and these guys are racing hard in this middle of this pack. Nobody's gotten into the wall quite yet, so some great driving by these folks. David Wilson, our early leader, has worked his way back up to 10th place after his pit stop. See that green car all over the place, right around him. These guys are diving all over the place trying to find making moves. That's going to be that number 36, Coyote Soto. All by himself there, trying to catch this front pack. Just that, he's going to join up on that inside line. 5 cars on the bottom, 4 cars up top. Top lane needs a few more drivers to give that 25 more push. they are trying their hardest on the outside as the 25 is going to move up front, and he's going to move back down. Move James Klein back up into that top spot. What a move by that number 25 machine. And number 26, Christian Brown's going to try to follow him on the outside. The outside does have a few more cars than the bottom does lined up, so that outside could be the kicker for the moment. Coming out of pit road, not going to be a factor, but these couple cars in front of the leaders might be. Two cars battling side by side as these leaders coming to catch them. See if the 25 can pull off another great escape. And no, he's not. He's going to have to hit the brakes and let a few cars go by on the outside. The number 23 of Byron McDonald holding the bottom leaders up. And we've got a new leader, Kyoto Soto, in that number 36 machine out front. But he is stuck on the outside. See, Tyler Markle in that number 42 machine moved his way up to the point at the bottom line. But he looks like he was one that was slow, so he's definitely going to get passed there by the number 26. But inside the draft, he may do just fine now. As it looks like the number 75 and the 26 are going to be battling for position. And we've got another slow car down on the inside. Changing everything up. As everybody gets slowed up one more time by the 222 machine. And that number 75 of Rick Helms is going to pull away with Colby Pierce in the 20. Looks like the number 41 of Delaney Nash. Those three totally missed the lap car, and they've now got themselves a nice little lead. If Nash will stay behind those two drivers, they could keep up some speed, but with that 41 trying to make moves, that second pack is definitely going to catch these guys a lot faster than they would if they stayed single file. So not only is the super speedway factor becoming a factor, but lap cars becoming a major issue. We've got multiple more lap cars coming up here. See what the 75 does as they come up to another one here in turn 3 and 4. Is he going to get caught, or is he going to be able to move his way up? They're not going to catch him through 3 and 4, but they are definitely going to catch him here, probably by turn 1. There he is already coming into your screen, number 6. Does he move to the outside? 75 moves to the outside. He's going to get around the 6, and the 6 is going to slow up the bottom lane once more. As number 10 of Matthew Leedy and the number 39 of David Wilson link up together. And with no help from the 75, those two are going to get by him and be side by side for 1 and 2. And the 77 slows out Leedy, and there goes Wilson back to the lead of the number 39 machine. Within just a few laps, lap cars have totally changed the front of this field once more. We have got a 3-wide freight train coming. Look at the number 41 of Delaney Nash on the outside, being pushed by the 413 and the 80. He's going to move to the point. What a run by that outside lane coming through 1 and 2. Gets that 41 up front, along with the 413 of Liam Boss. He pushed that number 41 right past the entire field there. But now he has got Wilson on his bumper, trying to move him up. Is Wilson going to get to the inside? No, he's not. Not there. We are 2 and 3 wide, all caught up here in the pack. We are 34 laps complete. While we've got a nice field of cars, why don't you guys go ahead and crank it up? As we do that, the leader's catching a few more lap cars here coming through the trioval. Sorry about that little technical error, folks, but we are back. Delaney Nash in that 41 machine still out front, powering hard. Those lap cars pushed a few back. You see David Wilson there on the outside. He was running second. Now he's back around 10th place. Gregory Edwards is a lap down. Oh, and we're wrecking hard. We got a car upside down. Caution flag is out. The number 20 machine absolutely destroyed. That's Colby Pierce. We'll take a look at what happened there. Looks like they were going 4 wide. And the number 25 machine. No, it wasn't the 25. It was the 25. And Colby Pierce, 25, pinched him down on the bottom. The 20 hit the apron and comes up 4 wide racing. And it sends him almost into the catch fence. Number 80 machine caught up in that one as well. Ooh, and a nice hard hit for that green machine there behind the 20. That 20 is going to park it for this race. That was a rough run. But up front, looks like Matthew Leedy is going to be in the lead in that number 10 machine with Delaney Nash right behind him in that 41 car. Once we get everybody lined back up here, we will take you through the field as we are now 38 laps complete in this one. And a bunch of cars coming down pit road after that one. Get a lucky dog going around there. All right, and we'll bring you through your field. In the lead, that number 10 of Matthew Leedy. Delaney Nash in that number 41 machine is second place. Rick Helms in that number 75 machine is running third, with the number 187 of Mike Thorne in fourth. In fifth place, the number 21 machine, Akno Alberga, with the number 30 of Will Bustler right behind him in sixth place. in 7th place. We haven't determined that because those top 6 are the only ones that have stayed out. Everybody else has stayed in the pit road. We will see where they are going right after these pit stops. As we get the 1 to go signal, we're going to get side by side. Lights are off on the pace car, and we're going to get this field set back up. With that caution, we are going to be going green flag with 60 more laps to go. Just about halfway. See drivers still trying to catch up and make their way to the field. Leading in first, Nash in second. Helms in third, and Thorne in fourth. Alberga in that number 21 machine running out your top 5. Big change in the front of the pack here once again after that caution. The pace car is about ready to duck on off. There he goes to the safety of pit road. Green flag is back out. Throttle on as we go back racing here at Daytona. Leedy's going to get a great jump on the field. Nash is going to stay right with him on his outside. And we're already 3 wide, going through 1 and 2. Drivers trying to gain some positions while they can. Now 15 cars left on the lead lap after that incident. Many cars still a few laps down. We got more cars coming down the pit road. Make some more adjustments. Got 2 packs here. We got a front pack and a second pack. Leedy out running in the front in the first pack. You see the second pack. Oh, sorry, that is the first pack here. With Leedy out front. Pack is being led by that 77 of Tom Krieg. He was out front a little while ago. This is actually right here the battle for the lucky dog spot. I wasn't actually sure if there was a lucky dog here in the series, but if there was, we are watching the battle for the lucky dog spot between the 39 and the 26 machine. Lots of 3 wide racing here in the back pack. As you see the back pack starting to catch the front pack. Looks like we had a lap car slow down some of the field because we've got a little breakaway with the front 3 cars. Mike Thorne now in the lead in the 187 machine. Another lap car, and the leaders go around the number 25 machine, who was leading most of this race. James Klein Jr. now falling into the clutches of your leaders as another slow car. 3 leaders get around. Looks like Helms was not lucky to get around that machine. As the number 10 gets around him now, leading in his place. These guys are going to be in a race to try to catch your leaders. Going around here side by side all over the place, as I'm fairly surprised these leaders are staying in front of this pack. And as I say that, the pack is starting to catch the leaders more and more. Klein Jr. still looks to be strong, staying out in front of this pack so far, but still 1 lap down in that number 25 machine. As this field catches back up to your leaders, this is going to cause a little bit more side-by-side and 3 wide action. So you got 1 car all the way up against the fence in that yellow machine. Now he's going to think twice of it and try to pull her back down. There goes the 21 to the outside, leaving the door open for the 10 in the center. Is that 187 still leading? Will Bustler in that number 30 machine giving a nice push on the inside. We get closer and closer to the halfway point. With all the cautions we had, pit stops we've had, it'll be interesting to see what the pit stop strategy is going to be like in the closing laps of this race, as we see the number 80 machine slow on the track, getting passed by your leaders. Delaney Nash currently being shown up front now. Matthew Leedy behind him. Daniel Culp in that number 13 machine is sticking his interstate batteries machine into the picture. Haven't talked about him at all today, but he has been silent for most of the day, now running on the bottom side in P2. As the lap 80 machine is going to work at trying to get his lap back. He is currently 3 laps down, so he's just trying to hold on as we got 2 more lap cars battling side by side in 3 and 4. So this pack is definitely going to get caught up behind these guys. We'll see what happens here as they're going to catch them on the straightaway. Nash goes to the outside of one. He goes to the outside of the other. What a drive by that number 41 machine to move his car up to the outside. And he is going to retain the lead in front of these guys. But that put a big jump to the cars on the outside. As there's a run, the 420 hits the brakes a little bit so he doesn't get back into the 41. That's going to slow the momentum of the inside line. The number 13 is going to move to the point. Daniel Culp. With the number 21 right behind the push. As we cross the stripe, that is halfway, 50 more to go. We have a great race on our hands. 14 drivers still on the lead lap. All very well able to win this one, as the 21 machine is out front right now. With Nash right behind him, that 41 car has been very strong all day. And he's going to look to the outside there. And we've got the number 26 machine of Christian Brown. He's a lap down car. He's trying to unlap himself right now as he's running right behind our leader. So if that 26 machine can get out in front of that 21 and we get a caution, he will automatically get his lap back. He's not trying to chance it on that lucky dog. So what a great run for that 26 to get himself in position to get that lap back. As the 41 in the outside lane is starting to fall back a little. Just not enough cars to get enough momentum to get around this group of cars, but we also have another lap down car, multiple more lap down cars coming into the picture, so that's going to change things up here as well. Most likely going to catch them on the front straightaway. Al Burgess still in the lead in that number 21 car. As they come through the tri-oval, we've got a three-wide battle between some lap cars. The 16, the 38, and the 222 all battling hard. That is definitely going to slow up your leaders, and here they come. Right to the back bumper of the 222 goes to 21. As the 26 is going to try to work the outside. Shuffling in the back there with the 30 machine. We are three wide with a bunch of lap down cars in front of our leaders. And everybody's bunching up here, going three wide, stuck behind some lap cars with down on power. These guys are going to get antsy. Who's going to take it? The 500 and the 10 on the outside. Dustin Zek with Matthew Leedy. Those two both, I believe, are both on the lead lap and working together on that outside. The only two drivers that do not have a lap car out in front of them, slowing them down. They've got Bustler's help on the outside as well, as David Wilson in the 39 machine coming to the outside as Tyler Markle slows up the inside line. David Wilson is one lap down and looking to get his lap back as well. He gets past that 26, so now move that 39 into the lucky dog spot. And the number 500 of Dustin Zach is going to take the lead and lead that lap. What a great run for them two, the 500 and the 30 on the outside. Saw an opportunity and they took it, and look at the gap they've got now. We got cars getting loose in turn number 2. Everybody keeps it straight and we're staying green flag. See that number 56 of Freddie Trammell Jr. moving his Ford Mustang into the mix. up at the front of the pack here. Look who's there, Bernard Smith in the 04 machine. Haven't talked about him yet today. He's moved his way up to 3rd place. Having a great run for himself, keeping that car out of trouble. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage in his tail there, but not much as he's on your leader's tail. As you see the pack there slowly closing the gap on these guys from that lap car they ran into. Looks like we've got a few more that they're going to catch here soon as Bernard and Dustin are going to go at each other. One on the outside, one on the inside, but that pack is now going to catch up once they did that. See Delaney Nash there all the way on the outside in that number 41 machine. He's already anticipating these lap cars. We'll have to see what happens here as they catch him in 3 and 4. Here it comes, the number 61 slowing up the inside line. Now Bernard in the L4 on the outside. Nash in the 41 on his outside. Getting a big push from the number 13 machine. Move the 41, Delaney Nash into the lead. Levy giving that number 39 a push. That is your lucky dog spot at the moment. And Nash jumps up in a risky move, jumps to the outside of that lap car, and jumps back down. What a drive. But look at that, the number 39 machine pokes his nose out front. Move David Wilson in front of your leader so far. And he's battling to get his lap back, but now we've got a battle on the outside with the number 13 machine, your new leader, Daniel Kelp. Oh, the 26 and the 75 get together. They're bumping. They're touching through 1 and 2. Everybody keeps it straight. And 95, Yogi Bar was getting into it with that 75 a little bit. We are really tight, close quarters racing right now. Every time we've seen a caution, it's been in a turn, going for a wide. There it is! Caution flags in the air! David Wilson at the front of your leaders, along with the 26 machine, are both going to get their laps back. Not good for the 75, who gets into an accident there with the 80 machine. It looks like Bernard was in that one as well as we go back and take a look at it. Looks like the 41 was slowed up on the outside lane. That packs everybody up together. It looks like the 75 comes down to Yogi Bar's door in that number 94 machine. And they touch a little bit right there. And that's going to send that 75 back up the track where the 04 is at. He's going to get into the 04, which is going to turn him up into the number 10 of Levy and the number 13 machine. And the 80 just had absolutely nowhere to go. But as you see, the number 39 machine, David Wilson, and the number 26, Christian Brown, both drove past your leaders and got their laps back. So put them back on the lead lap here for our caution on lap number 60. We're going to have 40 more laps to go, and it looks like your leaders are getting ready to come down pit road. And everybody comes down to pit road this time with 40 more laps to go. I have to imagine this is the last pit stop they're going to make. Everybody working at getting on and off pit road without any incidents. It looks like your lucky dog recipient is going to be the 0-0 of Addicts Netrotter. So he's going to be your lucky dog on this caution. And it looks like there was a little wreck on pit road with the 0-4 machine of Bernard Smith. So unlucky pit stop for the 0-4 car. And as we get them lined back up here, once they cross the stripe, we will get you an updated field roster here after pit stops. Getting ready to go, 1 to go. The number 30 machine of Will Bustler is in the lead with Dustin Zeck to his outside. Number 89 machine is Steve Bird has moved his way up to 3rd place. The number 21 of Agno Alberja is rounding out your top 4. Mike Thorne is in 5th. Freddie Trammell Jr. in 6th. Liam Boss in 7th. Delaney Nash in 8th. David Wilson, after getting his lap back, moved his way up to 9th with the number 26 right alongside him of Christian Brown. That's your top 10 here. Matthew Leedy is running behind in 11th. As that changes up a little bit as we're getting a shuffle down the backstretch. Looks like the 0-0 is going to be in 11th with Matthew Leedy in 12th. And Matthew Leedy keeps falling back. He is actually a lap down now with 12 cars. Nat Moniak in the number 411 is actually going to be your last car on the lead lap. So 12 cars left on the lead lap. As you see Moniak coming, trying to catch back up to the field before we go back green. I don't know if he's actually going to catch up to the field here or not before we hit the green flag. Because the pace car is getting ready to duck down to the safety of pit road. The green flag is in the starter's hands, and they're on the throttle. Green flag back in the air here at Daytona. Moniak came down below the yellow line there, and he is at full speed once we hit this green. So he did catch back up to the pack, but he's got a long way to go and a bunch of cars to pass before he gets back up to the front here. Will Bustler is out in the lead, and he's pulling away from the number 89 machine of Steve Bird. The 413's got a big head of steam. That's Liam Boss coming in with a help with a 420. Mike Thorne working that outside in that 187 machine. Moving down to the middle lane. Not going to be able to get fully past. We got a car coming down to pit road. Oh, and they're wrecking on the front stretch. We stay green flag racing. I believe that was David Wilson that came down to pit road. And it was. So you can expect Wilson to be going a lap down. Not sure exactly what happened to that machine. He is currently the last car in the lead lap. Tough break for him as he just got that lap back. The number 30 machine, Will Bustler, still out front with Liam Boss and Thorne right behind him. while we are here on lap number 65, we're going to give you a chance to get the sights and sounds of Daytona one more time, and we're going to let you guys crank it up. Your leader's coming up on a slower car. That's David Wilson. Last car on the lead lap. He got out of the pit road in front of the leaders, but now they are coming. So 30 gets caught behind him, moved number 500 of Dustin Zeck to the lead with a great move on the outside. Caution flag is in the air. Did David Wilson get lucky one more time? We'll have to see if he's still being shown the first car on the lead lap, but we have a caution on the speedway just as he gets passed by the leaders. See what happened there, and Matthew Moniak gets hit hard on the inside. Oh, and he's going flying through the air. That is no good for that 411 machine. We'll have to see exactly what happened there. Looks like the 6 and the 16 get together, which sends them up into the 441, the 00, and the 222. And then as he's coming, the 75 machine, nowhere to go on the bottom of the racetrack. And that sends him flying. What a wild ride for Matt Moniak in the 411. Back up front. I have to see what happens with our lucky dog. One car, Yogi Barr there coming to the pits. There's a few more coming right behind him. It looks like David Wilson is going to get the lucky dog in that number 39 machine. And a lucky dog he is. Fought and got his lap back. Comes to the green flag pits. Comes out in front of the leaders. Gets passed by the leaders. And just as he's getting passed, with more lap cars there right next to him, he gets a caution flag. Gets him back on the lead lap. Hopefully he's done pitting and he doesn't have to worry about it. We've only got 9 drivers left on the lead lap. 9 drivers able to win this one, but with 30 more laps to go, we could have more cautions, which gets more drivers back on the lead lap. We'll have to see what happens. Dustin Zeck, currently your leader in the number 500 car. In the 30 Will Bustler, he's running second place with Mike Thorne in third. What a race we've had here today. Don't like to see all these cars getting wrecked and getting tore up, but that is sometimes a part of racing, and it really puts on a show for us. Running in third, in fourth is the number 21 machine of Albergia. Liam Boss is running fifth with the number 89 of Steve Bird running sixth. Christian Brown is in seventh in the number 26. He also fought to get his lap back on the last caution, along with your lucky dog, Alex Neterar, in the number 8 machine, or in 8th place. And then David Wilson is rounding out your top 10. And it looks like Wilson is going to be starting all the way at the back of the pack. due to getting that lucky dog. So it'll be a fight to get up to the front here with 30 more to go. We'll be 31 to go when we go back green flag racing. And your 10th place driver, your last car on the lead, or what first car lap down, is Matthew leading number 10 machine. Riding along with Mike Thorne there, running 3rd place. Look back at your field right now. Not too many drivers in here without a little bit of damage on their cars. But as we come through 3 and 4, we are going to get ready to go green flag one more time. Hopefully for the last restart of our race. 31 more laps to go. Everybody should be able to make it on fuel and tires as they pitted at lap 60. So, without further ado, that pace car is going to duck off down to pit road. He's going to get out of our way, and we are going to go back green flag racing for 31 more laps here at Daytona. Dustin Zeck's on the far. There goes the number 30. They're going to both be side by side on the start. Not a great start for your second row. They are going to catch up here coming down the backstretch. Russell's going to take the lead from the 500, but Dustin falls back, catches the draft, and is going to pass the 30 on the inside now. Thorne's going to give him some drafting help. To go. 9 drivers in it to win it right now. See Tyler Markle in that Red Wings number 42 machine. Looks like he's running in 4th. But he's actually a few laps down in 26th place. So it definitely shows you where the drivers are that we just still got some strong drivers a few laps down, but you still see the Klein Jr. there in a 25. He's still pretty quick, led most of the race, just got into a bad spot and went a few laps down. Been able to get back up. He's still running up front, but just not able to do anything about them laps down the race. Currently got a strike for the lead between Dustin Zeck and Mike Thorne. David Wilson goes and takes another pit stop, putting him in danger of falling another lap down. As the lead pack comes, he's going to be slowed up with another driver. That is the number 56 machine of Freddie Trammell Jr. And that is going to bunch our pack back up. Three wide racing here. This is where it gets sketchy. Trammell trying to hold that bottom line, but Dustin Zeck really trying to get by. That 56 is really holding up that bottom lane. We've got a really tight three wide battle here for the lead between, he's not even in the lead, between the 187 and the 500. They are stuck in the middle of that pack, battling for the lead with a bunch of lap cars around him. And on the outside, the number 26 machine, Christian Brown, is going to take the lead. He's going to lead that lap. Oh, and they're getting loose. It's 187 and the 500 get together. They keep it straight, but your two front runners getting together, battling hard among lap traffic. '56 not wanting to give up the inside lane as Brown moves to the front. Thorne's going to be right behind him. Two are going to stay on that inside line. That's where the momentum's at. Trammell Jr. finally moves up for Dustin Zeck to get in there. Not sure if the 500 moved it, but Dustin Zeck's got a little bit of damage on the rear end of his car. Maybe that was just a little dirt-looking damage. Could be a little bit of both. He's going to look to the outside with no help, not going to be able to do it. He's going to move back to the inside line, but not before that 30 gets there. Hard with 25 more laps to go. Christian Brown in the lead. Mike Thorne trying to take it from him in that 187 car. Lap car slowed down in front of your leaders. They're probably going to catch them here in the front straightaway. Thorne's going to move to the outside, leave the door open for Alberga. 21's going to take over second. As they catch the lap car, 21 looks to the outside. And that's going to be the move to do as he gets by the 20 machine who was flipping earlier in this race. And he's going to get around him. Thorne is going to try to come with. But that 30 machine of Bustler is going to be pushing him a little too hard to keep it up there. He's going to drop back down to the inside and look at the gap those three have got on the rest of the field so far. Brown now in fourth place. One, two, three on your screen. You could put a blanket in between them. And the rest of the field coming. If these guys stay in line, they could kind of stay up there for a little while. But if they try to race each other, this backpack is definitely going to catch them. That backpack being read by Brown in that number 26 machine. Liam Boss right behind him. So Brown moves Boss up to the outside. The 114 making moves. It's Crash James. Haven't said a whole lot of much about him. He running 14th at the moment. As the laps tick down, the number 21 and the 30 hanging on strong up front. Even their draft is losing the 187. So with that extra car not being there, that is definitely going to allow the rest of the pack to catch back up to these guys. But what a great run these two are putting on. Mike Thorne doing a great job in that 187 machine today, staying up front for most of the race, falling back from your leader's draft, and now here comes the field with a head of steam with David Wilson at the point in that number 39 machine on the bottom. You see the 411 of Matt Moniak coming back out of the pits after his wreck earlier. Here they come. Matthew Leedy there right behind Wilson. Them two are going to be battling for the lucky dog spot here for the next caution, if we get another one here. 187 getting really loose coming out of turn number 4. That's going to slow the 39 down, allow the 10 and the 80 to get by. As well as the 500 of Dustin Zeck trying to make moves up the middle. As he does that, we are caught back up to our 2 leaders. Inside line is going to prevail. Nobody to help on the outside. Now the 80 shows back up behind Zeck. Alberga's still in the lead in that number 21 machine. It goes around the outside of the 00, but here comes Brown to the outside. Brown's got help on the outside with that number 30. Can he get by? And he is going to do it, and he's going to leave the 30 out to dry as he moves down in front of the 21 machine. Dustin Zeck moves up into the back of this pile. We've got a 4-way battle for the lead. Dustin Zeck in that number 500 machine, working hard on that outside. Not going to be able to do anything as he's going to fall back with that move. Christian Brown still in the lead here in the closing laps. The number 30 machine and Will Bustler right behind him. Alberga in third, and there's the 420 of Santa Gria slowing down. Not much doing there as he gets the number 21 machine caught up. Allows the number 26 and the number 30 to get by. All these lap cars in the draft, it's kind of hard to tell who is who in your leaderboards, but Christian Brown is leading with the number 30 of Will Bustler in second. At number 500 and then 21 of Dustin Zeck and Oxino Alberga, both battling for fourth. And in fifth is Mike Thorne Jr. in that number 187 machine. So the top 5 there all battling together as Dustin Zeck is going to get pushed back on the outside line there. Don't count out Steve Bird in that number 89 machine, that bright yellow car down there. Having a great run, currently running 5th now. About to take over 4th from that number 30 at Bustler. With 25 now more laps to go, or sorry, 15 more laps to go. This is the time to make your moves. How about that number 26 machine who's running a lap down, racing with another car trying to get that lucky dog. Wasn't able to get the lucky dog, but raced his way back onto the lead lap and is now leading the race with 14 more laps to go. A lot of the field now spread out, except for our front pack here. Still 3 wide racing here up front. Alberta now past the lap cars, back to 2nd place. And we have a caution on the speedway. And once again, David Wilson is going to be our lucky dog in that 39 machine. Let's see what happened here on the caution. Looks like 4 wide, and just once again, someone gets tapped. It looks like is that the 22? The 23 machine of Byron McDonald. It's going to be the main cause of that caution. Not sure exactly what happened to him, but it looked like a 4 wide situation. Yeah, that got him into that. So tough luck for Byron in that number 23 machine. And how about that number 39 machine just getting lucky. Caution after caution. Another lucky dog. I believe that is his 2nd or 3rd lucky dog so far this race. Just trying to stay up front, trying to stay competitive. Not sure why he's still taking pit stops. He's gotten them lucky dogs and then made a pit stop right afterwards. So it's interesting to see kind of what happens here once you get some damage on your car. But currently, Christian Brown is in a great spot with less than 10 laps to go when we go back green flag racing. There you see your leader, Christian Brown. Went from 0 to hero so far in this race. And doesn't look to be letting up quite yet. Alberga is right behind him, and there in the picture, number 89, Steve Bird running third. Don't count him out of that yet. We got the Thrustmaster and Logitech cars here up front battling it out. It's got to be definitely good for their sponsors for the race. Bustler is there in 4th place in that number 30 machine with Zek right behind him in that 500. So really any one of these 5 guys could win this race as we get the 1 to go signal and the lights go off on the pace car. We're going to go back racing with 9 laps to go. You see David Wilson, your last car on the lead lap. Only 8 cars now on the lead lap. Wilson's going to have to start in the back one more time. Can he get through and get a couple spots, or is he going to be stuck in the back? We will have to see. But the race has been for the lead with the 26, the 500, the 30, the 21, the 187. It's anybody's race so far. And with a quick shootout here at the end, anything could happen. I think the biggest factor here in the end of the race is if we run into any lap cars or cars coming out of the pits. That could be a major, major factor for who wins this race in the closing laps. Brown and Alberga on the front row. Bird and Bustler in the 2nd row. Zek and Thorne in the 3rd row. And don't leave out Liam Boss. Liam Boss in that number 413 machine sitting in 7th has had a very strong car all day. He's been pushing all day. We'll see what happens if he ever got out to the front. But right now, the pace car is getting ready to duck on off. And here we go, 9 more laps to go. Green flag is in the air, Brown's on the throttle. And we're back racing one more time here at Daytona. Bustler trying to make moves. With Alberga on the outside, he's going to give that 21 a push. Crowd's going to fill in behind them. As the 21's going to get in front of Brown, move Alberga to the lead. See Dustin, Zek, and Thorne on the outside battling hard, trying to get past that number 30 machine. A Bustler. Bird in the lead, Brown in a close 2nd. They've got a little bit of gap over Bird, which is very dangerous. Leedy giving Bird a push in that number 10 machine. He's your first car a lap down. Had a great performance at the beginning of this race, just got caught up in an accident. And is now 1 lap down here. Oh, and there's another, oh, they almost got into it there. Almost a caution. Leedy, Boss was into it. Got a little bit. The number 30 machine of Bustler got really loose there and almost had another caution here. As they're battling hard side by side there on the inside lane between the 80 and the 89. Lap cars starting to push some of the lead cars out of the way, but your 2 leaders pulling away now with that draft. Doing a great job of working together to get away from that field. Six more laps to go at the stripe. We are 3 wide right behind him. Pack is split into two. We got 2 cars at front. We've got 1 small pack, and then we've got 1 big pack in the back. You see David Wilson trying to move up. Definitely didn't make a pit stop this time around. But these guys up front battling hard together. Now side by side, that's going to give the pack some room to catch up. But Brown says, no, I want this lead. He's going to try it on the outside. They're going to be side by side as they go through 3 and 4. And a caution flag in the air. It's your lead pack. Caution in the air. Your lead pack has got a little bit of a wreck. Looks like Bird made it out. Zek made it out. But we have one more caution flag. Not sure if that is going to end it or not. Let me see what happened there. 4 wide going into turn number 3. Liam Boss gets into the 56. The 10 gets into the back of the Liam Boss. That's going to check up. Bustler's in it. Bustler got caught up in that wreck just a little bit. So there's another lead car or 2 caught up in that one. And that is going to change everything. That might even give David Wilson a free pass to the front and get in line with the other 7 drivers here. Not exactly sure how that works quite yet, but that could give him a few spots to get back up in this one. But your leader right now is the number 21 machine of Oxino Alberga. And with only a few laps to go, we might get a green-white checkered here. Not sure exactly what we're going to get. But what a show these guys are putting on here at Daytona. And looks like Bird there is sitting in 3rd place. No, that is not Bird sitting in 3rd place. At the moment, it's showing Liam Boss being in 3rd in that number 413 machine. And there's David Wilson coming back up to join your leaders. Ought to make it interesting. Currently being shown in 6th position. So that last final caution moves him back up in contention for the win for this one. If we get to go back green flag racing. If I'm not mistaken, we should get the 1 to go signal this time by, which would give us a green-white checkered finish if we can stay green flag racing. There you see Matthew Leedy getting the free pass. The lucky dog. So move the number 10 machine back onto the lead lap. There it is, folks. White flag to go, 1 more. We're going to get a green-white checker for our inaugural Xfinity Series presented by Black Magic Designs. Alberga on the point. Christian Brown running in 2nd place. Liam Boss, who got a little bit of that accident, being shown in 3rd. Dustin Zek being shown 4th. Will Bustler in 5th. David Wilson in 6th. Matthew Leedy in 7th. Number 75, Rick Helms, is coming out 8th. Alex Netrar is running 9th, and Steve Berg currently being shown in 10th position. That is your top 10. Only 7 cars on the lead lap, but the number 10 of Leedy, your 7th car on the lead lap, is in the back of the field. So we have 6 drivers getting ready to battle it out for 2 laps to determine your first Esports Simulation League Xfinity Series winner. And as they come to 3 and 4, they're getting ready for the most important 2 laps of the season. The 2 laps at Daytona to determine the winner. The pace cars getting ready to duck on off to the safety of pit road. A green-white checkered shootout here at Daytona. The pace car's off. Green flag is in the air, and we are back racing one more time at Daytona. 21 gets a great jump at the start. See Wilson moving to the outside already. He doesn't have any help up there. Burge on the inside. Boss is moving up into 2nd place. Bustler trying to make a move to the outside. Coming down the back straightaway, these guys are getting their momentum up. Liam Boss giving the 21 a push. As they come to the tri-oval one more time. White flag in the air. One more lap to go. Liam Boss pushing Alberta. Does he have room to make a move? He's got some lap cars behind him. Zek is battling with Brown on the outside, falling back a little further. As the outside line is getting a great push, Dustin Zek noses out to the front. Dustin Zek's going to take the lead. Coming out of turn number 4, Dustin Zek takes the lead on the last lap. Can he hold on? Boss looks to the outside and coming to the stripe. Yes! Dustin Zek is going to be your first Xfinity Series winner. 2nd place is that number 21 of Oxnell, Alberta. What a great run for that number 21 machine. Liam Boss is going to bring it home in 3rd, with Christian Brown finishing 4th. David Wilson coming home 5th, with Will Bustler taking 6th. Matthew Leedy in 7th. Rick Helms coming home 8th. Alex Netrar in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, that 420 machine, Araska Stantagria. What a show we had here at Daytona. It did not disappoint. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thanks for supporting all of what we do here. From the Esports Simulation League and Black Magic Designs, thank you very much and have a great night. We will see you next week.